Missing persons alert. Find out who it is. Plus, Mackenzie finds a friend in all the wrong places. And we may see another alliance collapse. All that and more right here on Ambitiously Yours. Welcome to Ambitiously Yours, your headquarters for all the drama and all the dirt on this season, season 6 of Local Ambition on alwayslatetv.com. I'm Travis, your host, along with my co-host Erica, who's back in action this week.
What is up, y'all?
What is up? Well, there's a lot up. We start out this week with a breaking news bulletin. Gail Livingston Cooper, and of course we don't have cameras on us, but I'm doing that in air quotes because we know who that was. That was Coley. That was Coley. She's talking about someone was kidnapped by the Mexican mafia. The Mexican mafia.
But then she switched it to Colombian.
No,
or something like that.
She said that this person had like a Mexican necktie, kind of like a Colombian necktie they copy from Colombians. I don't know, but she's kind of going off the rails. But let's talk about this. On the screen behind her, they were showing Lolly. So, is this about Lolly? Was this about Lolly? We would find out a little bit later. But what the fuck is going on? Anyway, it seemed after that our news anchor kind of went haywire because
technical difficulties
with the cat on like a clothes hanger.
What?
Like like the we used to do when we were little kids, put things on.
Oh
like
yeah, I remember that.
Yeah. I always call it a clothes hanger.
Clothesline?
Clothesline, yes.
Gotcha.
I'm no better than Mackenzie this week. I am no better than Mackenzie this week.
Don't get me started on that bitch.
Past the news bulletin, we have Samantha Schaefer from Schaefer Automotive and Smokin' Aces Industry Salon and Spa. I'm assuming they're in St. Louis, since everything is St. Louis based. But anyway, she was working with our remaining contestants this week. She was asked what it was like to work with the contestants, because she was doing like helping with hair and makeup and all that jazz. And she said she loved working with and she loves working with and empowering women. She got along with all of them great, except for the one that smokes a lot. And to me, that's only like 2 of them.
And to me, I still know exactly who she was talking about.
I thought it was either Nana or Mackenzie. She really didn't clarify.
Mackenzie.
Yeah, I would lean towards Mackenzie.
Yes.
I
would bet money on it, and
she's just trouble.
Even our score.
You would bet money on it. Even our score. Yeah, Mackenzie's trouble, so I would lean towards she didn't get along with Mackenzie too well.
Yeah.
But, does anybody get along with Mackenzie too well, to be fair?
Not anymore. At the very beginning of this, I thought she'd be okay.
Yeah.
I need to say, I think that in this entire episode, I could only handle 2 of the girls the entire time.
Which 2?
That would be Nana, because she's still my girl, and Nikki.
Yeah.
Nana and Nikki were cool. Everyone else pissed me off. And I'm you remind me why I don't have a lot of girlfriends, because they're just
yeah,
catty, stupid, trivial bullshit sometimes, so.
All right.
That's my summary of this entire thing.
All right,
for
it's
this
time.
week.
It's time to get into the meat of this whole entire debacle. Mackenzie, we cut to her talking to Nana. They're both sitting on one of the hot rods. But Mackenzie kind of lets it slip out that Lolly's gone. So maybe it was Lolly that was the missing person?
I assume so. She's the only one that wasn't in the entire thing. Which, actually, she isn't in a lot of its most one. I mean, I don't see her as
she doesn't really...
being,
she never really stuck out.
Yeah. But what does this mean? Like, I'm hoping that this is all, like, just a way to... Did she leave the show?
I'm assuming that she quit. I'm assuming that she's gone. Which sucks, because I kind of liked her. I just wanted her to step up and step out, because she was kind of fading into the background for me. But anyway, I guess Lolly and Nana were best friends on the show. I didn't get that at all. I never.
Well, I like... One of the reasons I like Nana is she doesn't really get into the bullshit a lot. She is confident and she speaks her mind, but I haven't seen her, like,
half the time it's
get in a lot
kind
of this catty shit, you know? So
she speaks her mind, yes, but half the time we don't know what her mind is speaking or
she's
what language
hilarious.
it is.
She's hilarious. I love her. But I don't know. My opinion is I think Lolly probably just never wanted to get into all that. Like, she was a good model. I almost said actress. Well, maybe that too. But I don't know. Maybe she left because of all the bullshit. I don't know.
Well, it's kind of an interesting question. If, Nana and Lolly were best friends, who's Nana going to hang out with now because, her best friend's gone? So that prompts Mackenzie to kind of extend the olive branch to Nana and say, hey, why don't you become my friend and we can run the school together? And that didn't work out too well, did it?
Strike one.
Strike one. Mackenzie just got shot down. Like, majorly. And to be shot down by Nana, of all people.
Yeah.
You gotta know something's wrong with you to be shot down by Nana. Like, 'cause Nana is, like, free going, like, whatever, man, if that's what you want to do. Yeah. But for Nana to say, no, I'm out. I don't want anything to do with this. Something's gotta be. You gotta start looking in the mirror and figuring out, okay, what's wrong with me that somebody like Nana would say no to me? Exactly. Red flag. Nana tells Mackenzie that she's good not to waste her breath, so I'm taking it that Nana is comfortable being a loner. It makes sense that Nana would choose to do this alone because Nana is definitely a girl that is one off. There's nobody I've ever encountered like her.
I want to be her best friend. Nana, come on, girl, let's hang.
Her personality sticks out, so she shouldn't need a sidekick. So that was a really good decision on her part to tell Mackenzie no. I'm just thinking Mackenzie's looking for someone to manipulate like Chelsi manipulated her at the beginning of the competition.
I think you nailed it on the head right there.
She's looking for somebody to hide behind.
Okay, but I also wrote down the word leech next to her name.
Oh, so you kind of agree with...
She cannot be alone. She has to have someone to either manipulate or feed off of. She can't just reside on her own. And I may be jumping ahead.
You kind of are. I mean, we're still in the area.
Yeah.
We're still in the area, but you said a key word that Tia had said in the confessional right after that. We'll get to that in a second. Mackenzie proves me right in the confessional. She called Nana desperate and says that she thought she would take advantage of that. So, that kind of manipulation kind of goes through my mind. Mm-hmm. When Nana turned her down, it made her feel like shit. And now she's hitting her. And it's now hitting her that she's really alone in this competition. She's got nobody to hide behind or to have her back. And she's kind of frightened of that. Chelsi hits confessional right after to comment saying that Mackenzie is desperate and jealous and afraid that everyone's going to vote against her. Probably so. Probably rightfully so, I would say. Cut back to Mackenzie's confessional. She complains about being Chelsea's sidekick, being made to carry her shit, and blown off. Well, I don't really feel bad for her because she willingly put herself in that situation. Don't trust anyone in this competition. Yeah, you can have quote-unquote friends, but at the end of the day, they want to win too. They want to beat you. So, I mean...
She pretty much screwed herself from the very beginning.
Mm-hmm.
Going into it with the wrong mindset, with the wrong attitude, no confidence, and just kind of threw herself to the wolf. In this case,
she thought she could hide behind Chelsi this whole entire time. Mm-hmm. And then when Chelsi did something she didn't agree with, she's looking for a different shield. Yeah. She's looking for, somebody that will stand strong in front of her so that way it would deflect everything from her. And I don't know why she would approach Nana for that. But,
I don't know.
Because Nana's kind of transparent. It's kind of like, if Nana would have said yes, Nana would have probably ducked out of the way when all this shit came her way.
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah. I agree.
But, anyway, she goes on to say that she congratulated Chelsi for winning the cover shoot a few weeks back with Sassy Couture magazine. If I remember correctly, she was really jealous of Chelsi at that time, too. She was kind of, I wanted it, too. I wanted that, but, okay, Chelsi got it. I don't know. I just don't find Mackenzie genuine in most situations. She's always out to make herself look good. And she's kind of like somebody else we know of, that A, she can't handle criticism well, and B, she can't take responsibility for her own failures. That's what it seems like to me, But we're not getting into that. We'll get into that on a different show. The one thing that I can agree with Mackenzie on is the fact that Chelsi was and still is a bitch.
Yeah. Yeah, she doesn't... At least she's consistent in that. She's not wishy-washy like Mackenzie at all. She's consistently herself.
Yeah, she's consistently a bitch. But I do think one of the reasons that I call Chelsi a bitch, and it's a good reason. It's a good reason for Chelsi because I think Chelsi knows how to play the game better than probably most of the girls.
Yeah.
Especially better than Mackenzie. Chelsi knows how to play the game better than Mackenzie. And so, plus, remember last week, she and Tia formed that union that I thought Jessica would be a part of, since Jessica and Tia were tight, or so we thought. But we'll get into that later. She got, Tia and Chelsi gets into this this union, and Tia has immunity from last week.
Oh, I didn't put that together.
Yeah, Tia has immunity. Well, they became quote unquote friends before Tia got immunity. But now that Tia has immunity, I think Chelsi's gonna stick to Tia more because Tia can't be voted off right now. So
well, isn't this the second time Tia's had immunity already?
Yeah. And so
Tia's probably figuring some stuff out. Yeah.
She's probably figuring that Tia is very influential. Mm-hmm. And so she sticks with Tia. That gets everybody off her back. But then after that, here we go with the Mexican cartel thing. Again, the whole lolly joke. Again, referencing the Mexican/Colombian necktie. So we're just going to assume that Lolly was murdered. Okay? We're just going to assume that she's not coming back. She's gone. She's dead. I guess we're just going to move on. Helena comes back into the scene.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting that.
That was weird. Here in my mind thinking, Lolly was murdered, so to have a complete elimination, just bring Helena back.
That's what I was thinking was happening.
But Tia and Helena were reconnecting, and it doesn't seem like Helena is coming back into the competition. She was brought on to help with hair and makeup and all that. But Tia says it's bullshit that Helena got eliminated and not Nana. Helena says that she's back to do hair and makeup. I don't trust this. I don't trust this at all. Something's going on. Something does not smell right here.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense that they would bring a contestant back, especially right after they got eliminated, and to help their former competition. Like, I don't understand how that makes sense, or why it would be a good move on their part, unless
something
they're going to let her come back. I don't know.
I'm still. It's the idea is not out of my head yet that she's coming back. The idea is not out of my head yet, but at least she didn't come back this episode. So, but I mean, with Lolly gone, they've got to do something, I guess.
No, they don't. They can just let it go the way it is.
Okay, so only eliminate one contestant?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because, I mean, if Lolly's gone, that's just one less decision they have to make.
Okay, cool.
That's my opinion, at least. But I don't run the show, so whatever.
And Nana, after that, Nana hits the confessional. And I'm still confused at what she's really saying. Other than she doesn't understand why Helena was brought in, kind of like you. You guys are kindred spirits.
We are! She's my girl.
I don't know, and I don't like it either, Nana. I don't like it either. But, so here's my favorite part. We get to my favorite part of this whole entire episode. We come back from commercial to Nikki apologizing to Coley. And for what happened last week when she came in to interrupt Coley and kind of snapped on her. And then Coley comes back by telling Nikki not to apologize for speaking her mind and not wanting to be a welcome mat for everyone anymore. She gets it that she's nice, but at least she stood up for herself when others wouldn't even do that. Coley is saying, quote, "I respect you for saying sorry, but you didn't need to. You're Nikki fucking Serenity. Own it." All I have to say is, thank you, Coley.
Yes!
Thank you. Finally. You know, for the past couple weeks, Nikki's been like, oh, you know, I'm done. I'm not taking it anymore, blah, blah, blah. And then she kind of falls right back to, you know, kind of taking it. And this week, she lit a fire under Nikki Serenity's ass. Because let me tell you, I'll foreshadow a little bit here. Those photos those photos and that photo shoot, we'll talk about it later, but and another situation we'll talk about here in a few minutes. We'll give you the hint that Nikki is finally done. She is finally done with everybody's bullshit.
She is turning a leaf, and it's beautiful.
But anyway, Nikki goes into the confessional, talking about Coley's pep talk, firing her up. I expect big things from her here on out. You hear that, Nikki? Big things. Big things. I had that in my notes in capitals, in all caps. Big things. I expect big things from Nikki. Because you know what? Nikki is really a gorgeous woman. Mm-hmm. And I think if Nikki has her attitude right, and she just shows out the rest of this competition, she could win.
Nikki, you need to stand in front of the mirror every morning before you go into that competition and say, "I'm Nikki fucking Serenity, bitch. Know it." And walk out with your head held high and kick ass.
Kick ass.
That's my pep talk to you.
After that, we cut to Tia talking to Chelsi about her ideas for this coming photo shoot round. Chelsi's laughing and I kind of got a mocking thing going on.
Oh,
with
I totally didn't kinda. I saw that.
She was kind of, you know, like, are you serious? Kind of like with that tone.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, I would say that too if, like, Tia came up to me and was like, I think I'm going to do kind of like a giraffe kind of thing. Or, you know, whatever she was saying. And I was like, it was like,
But,
no.
do you think that Tia was just saying, like, something like that kind of... Because it was kind of like a different kind of idea. Do you think she was just trying to throw Chelsi off? Maybe saying
Could be
something a little crazier off the wall, thinking Just
Could
to throw,
be.
I don't know.
And then Chelsi comes back with her, her idea of being, oh, well, I'm going to try to be Marilyn Monroe. And I'm thinking, okay, they just knocked you last photo shoot challenge for not being original. Like, that's not original either. Marilyn Monroe has been done many, many, many times. It's like one of those songs you hear all the time in a singing competition that is like I Believe I Can Fly by R. Kelly. It's like everything in the world has been done to that song. You're not going to do anything that nobody's ever seen or heard before.
Yep.
And with Marilyn Monroe, that's kind of how I felt. There's nothing that she would have done that would not have been done to her.
I agree.
Like,
I didn't really think that much into it at the time, but yeah, I agree with what you're saying.
But I do think Chelsi was probably throwing Tia off a little bit with that.
What do you mean?
Because, well, here's the thing. She had said sorry.
Oh, I get where okay, like, because she went into a little like, oh, I don't think I'm gonna do good enough, and like she tried to do this little like modest like I really don't think I'm gonna be okay, and try and get a little sympathy or more support from Tia when she knows that she
knew she was going to turn it out.
Yeah.
She knew that wasn't the idea that she was going to go with.
That lady gives me a freaking headache. the games she plays.
But back to Nikki, because now we're to the part where Mackenzie is talking to Nikki.
I love this part. I love this part so much.
And I'm thinking, well, when we get to that part, I'm thinking, oh God, no. She's trying to get Nikki on board like she tried to get Nana on board. Mm-hmm. But I like this one better because Nikki vocalizes her thoughts a little more than Nana. She's like, nope, I'll pass. And Mackenzie's like, I don't get it. What's going on? And she's like, well, I don't really need a friend because you're a bitch.
Yes!
I loved it. Like, yes, Nikki, that's the first time I've seen Nikki just kind of stand up for herself and be like, no, I'm my own person. I am Nikki fucking Serenity, and I'm owning this myself. You have no part in what's going on here. And of course she's like, oh, well, I'm friends with everybody and I don't want to take a side. But really deep down she's like, yeah, I'm friendly with everybody, but I could stand on my own 2 feet in this competition. I don't need anybody's help. And that's what I took away from her conversation with Mackenzie. And now Mackenzie's like, oh, boo-hoo, I'm pissed. She's pissed that Nikki turned her down. She doesn't know what to do with herself. Now, Chelsi isn't, she's not Chelsea's lapdog anymore.
Strike 2.
Strike 2. I didn't know we were playing baseball, but okay. Nikki comes in the confessional and says, turning down Mackenzie was the best decision she could make. Agreed. 100% agreed. That was the best decision you could make at that point in time. That because honestly, whoever becomes Nikki's friend, it's like a Titanic situation. That person's gonna sink and Nikki's gonna jump ship. You know what I'm saying? Like when bullshit gets piled on too high, the person she's using as a shield is going to sink.
Oh, yeah.
And then Mackenzie's going to jump ship and try to leech on to someone else. Because that's what Tia was saying earlier, she was like, oh, well, Mackenzie's a leech. She's just leeching on for protection, which is true.
The way she explained it made me laugh. Like, she was like her hand gestures just going, oh, I'm going to go over here. Oh, I'm going to go over here. I was like, all right, it was funny.
Yeah.
I liked it.
I mean, and it's true, though. She's like, bitch, get off of me, And it's kind of true, although not really in the Chelsi situation. I mean, I think she latched on to Chelsi, but Chelsi gave her way too much to hold on to.
Yeah.
So, and that's kind of why she abandoned ship with Chelsi. And now she's looking for somebody that's less high maintenance to shield behind, to kind of sink for herself. And she chose Nana, and Nana said no. She chose Nikki, and Nikki said no. She's not done yet, people. Don't let your guard down.
That's
She's
why
not
I'm
done
doing
yet.
the strike one, strike two thing.
Right. So we go to commercial, and we come back, and that leads us to Tia and Jessica talking about how excited that Tia was that Helena was back on set. And Jessica didn't seem too thrilled. She went the fuck off. Jessica comes back at Tia asking her why she would care if Helena is here when Chelsi seems to be her best friend now. And it's drama, and I'm here for it. I'm totally here for this drama. As Tia tries to deflect and tell Jessica not to bring that up, Jessica goes in on Tia about how Chelsi tried to get her kicked off the show before the show even started and thought that Tia was her friend, not Chelsi's. Kind of feeling betrayed here, Jessica is. I think low-key Tia is still trying to play that drama to advance herself in this competition. I mean, yeah, she's like, oh, blah, 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 like, put that in the past, but she knows there's still tension between Jessica and Chelsi. She knows that. So why would she...
Okay, see, I can see a couple sides here. I can see how Jessica would feel betrayed, from the very beginning with Tia and then the switch over. I mean, I get it. But also, I don't think Tia owes her anything. I don't think Tia really...
So you don't think Tia owes her any loyalty?
To be honest, I don't think anyone in this freaking competition owes anyone anything.
Right.
All these games are being played just because they think it's going to work to, like, make them to the top. So
Somebody's game will work to make them win.
So I don't know. I just don't think that... I think that Tia was kind of a right in saying, okay, it was in the past. I think everything blew over. I didn't think there was any animosity still. I don't know. I see a lot of different sides here. I don't know. It's... I still don't... I don't like Tia and Chelsi being friends.
I see what you're saying, but I still think low-key Tia knows that there's still tension. So why not play both ends of the candle? You know what I'm saying? Why not light both ends of the candle and play it to the middle? I don't know.
I don't either.
I think Tia knows exactly what she's doing. But you could be right. Maybe, Tia was thinking it's all in the past. But deep down inside, I think it's in the back of Tia's mind. It has to be. Because she got herself involved in it. So she knows that those two aren't on the best of terms. Probably never will be. Because see, last week I was thinking, if you guys heard last week's episode when I said it looked like Tia, and since Jessica is Tia's best friend, Jessica would probably latch on to Chelsi as well. And knowing there's still bad blood between those two, I thought, okay, how is this dynamic going to work? Well, we found out it's not, because Jessica is not on board with Tia and Chelsi. And so I'm thinking the friendship between Tia and Jessica is over?
I would assume so. I mean, and again, I can't really blame her, but at the same time, I don't.
I kind of see the same thing happening with her and Tia as what happened with Chelsi and Mackenzie. It kind of builds up this week, and then it comes to a head next week.
Yeah, I assume that's probably what's going to happen.
That's my prediction. Anyway, Jessica storms off, and that's that for right now. But, ladies and gentlemen, it's time to take out your pencils and your notepads, because the notebook is now open.
The notebook is now open.
This week's photo shoot challenge is the pinup shoot, where girls pose in like vintage pinup style clothes next to really old hot rods and other different cars that you would find in the 50s and 60s. Stuff like that. you would find in like a mechanic's garage, you know.
Yeah, and I kind of liked this. I mean, I love the stuff they've done so far with like the Halloween gore, scary stuff. But this is completely like opposite. And
yeah.
I think there was a lot of really good.
This one is definitely refreshing.
Yes, good word.
All right, it's time to. Oh, yeah. Before we get to that, I wanted to quickly point out, Mackenzie doesn't know what a cigarette holder is. She doesn't know what to call it. And Nana is not confident to know what to call Pinterest.
I love her so much. I wrote down what she said. Pinterest? Interest with a pin? Girlfriend.
That's like a sexuality. You're only interested in a pin.
Oh, no, I think she said interest with a P. But then I read pin in my head. But yeah, so.
Yeah, it's like, it's Pinterest. You had it right the second time, Nana. It's Pinterest. But she also loved the fact that Nikki had propellers on her boobs and was like, boobs. I love that. I love her. Uh-huh. So there's that. But now it's time to grade the photo shoots. And last time I graded the photo shoot, I gave, scores out of 5. This time I gave letter scores, A, B, C, D, F. Although nobody failed in my point of view this time, but there were a couple that didn't do so hot in my book.
Yeah, I agree.
First up is Chelsi. Now, I liked the first couple pictures here. I thought Chelsi completely nailed it. Totally looks like a pinup girl. Now, I'm not getting... This is why I thought she was probably throwing Tia off, because I'm not getting the Marilyn Monroe that she said she was doing. I'm not getting that part at all. I'm getting a typical pinup girl who looks absolutely gorgeous. I didn't dig the last pic because she was all the way in the car, and the shade... Dark. Yeah, it was very dark, and, the shade kind of overpowered her look. But I thought the first two were pretty solid, so I gave her an A-.
I absolutely agree with everything you said.
Oh, wow. First time for everything.
Mark it in the books, ladies and gentlemen.
Episode 5, we finally agree on something. Next up is Jessica. I'm not really sure what Jessica was thinking here. She looks more like a sexy circus master than a pinup girl. She shows a leg in the first pic, which is nice because she has, her legs as an asset. The second pic, she feels a little more glamorous with the black boa that she was, that she had. Stretching her leg out, still showing her leg, which is good. I think, use what you got, even if you're one trick pony, use what you got, It's an asset. That last pic, she looks like she's waiting for the bus. She's obviously in the back of a pickup truck, but she looked like she was bored. She looked like she could be elsewhere. So I gave her a D+.
Damn. I didn't think it was that bad, but I mean, I liked the circus comment that you made.
Yeah.
Because now that you said that, that's completely how I was feeling. I just don't know how to put it in words.
Yeah.
But I think she tried too hard to stand out because I don't think a lot of it made sense in my head. Like the spikes on her jacket.
Yeah.
Like, not necessary, especially for the retro type photo shoot that they were supposed to be doing. Like the older school.
Yeah.
That was contradictory and... big word. And... I don't know. I wrote down that it was pretty good because I did like the colors and I liked a couple of the poses. But it was just overall with the outfit and everything, I gave her a C, I think, if I was going to give her a ranking, just because it could have been a hell of a lot worse. But,
yeah, I agree. So I gave her a D+, I didn't give her an F.
Oh, come on. Okay. Well, we're back to disagreeing again, but let's...
Hang on, though. Here we go. Holy shit, Mackenzie. That first pic, did it not jump off the page for you? Did not jump off the picture for you? Her outfit.
Oh, yeah.
That first pic jumps right out of the gate. Loving the red that pops off of the picture. I'm not liking the gloves. The gloves didn't make sense for some reason. The black and white polka dotted gloves.
Didn't like those either.
She could have done without that. Or if she was gonna do gloves, at least do gloves that match, something on you. If you wanted to do a black glove, I could have seen a red glove would have been nice.
Solid, not modern.
Yeah. I didn't think it did anything for the outfit, but her face was really seductive, like a pinup girl face should be. Mm-hmm. Loving the second pic with her shoulders down along with the straps of the dress. That screen pinup forming. I can see that, the second picture, I could see it on a mechanic's calendar. It kind of screams to me, hey, meet Miss April.
Which picture?
The one where she was kind of leaning forward and the straps are kind of down to here.
Was it the last one?
No, it was the second one.
The second one?
The second one.
Okay.
And then the last one, the final picture seems flirty. I like it. Maybe not as much as the other two pics, but it's solid. I gave Mackenzie an A this week.
No.
I have to be unbiased here. If I'm going to give her a grade, I have to be unbiased.
You're just like on both. I don't understand you. Okay. I thought it was okay. There was okay. I liked the clothing and everything, but I don't know. I guess I wasn't like super impressed compared to like Chelsi's, or whatever, but I don't know. The last pose that she did, her facial feature just threw the whole thing for me. It looked ridiculous. I don't know what she was thinking or doing, but like her mouth, I remember, was all like, I don't know. It just did not look natural or go with the look at all, and I don't know. But I guess I would give her, it wasn't, I don't know, a C or a D. I just can't decide. So I guess C minus.
A C minus?
We'll have to just do half.
We'll have to disagree on that, because I thought Mackenzie pulled it out. But somebody rebounded for me. Nana rebounded for me, because you'll agree with me on this. The last photo shoot round was a disaster for her.
Yes.
Disaster. This round, I completely buy it. She's definitely looking the part of a pinup girl. That second pic, I wasn't digging too much. She kind of scrunches up on the hood a little bit. And, it just doesn't really accentuate what she can do in a pinup role. She could have done so much else, and she kind of scrunched up and kind of became small in that picture, and I didn't like that. Mm-hmm. But I would say for Nana, it was a solid rebound. I'd give her a solid B.
That's what I would have given her.
Yay!
I want to make a comment that I loved this one for her because she's my girl. I love her. But when you, see her in real life or even in her past photo shoots, you never... It's going to come out as a diss. But, the glamour part of her doesn't really... because with her hair, she's just always chill and laid back. I don't know. I never really imagined her, dressing all, fancy and, but it was gorgeous. She was gorgeous, and she, it didn't match the personality I see her as, but I love that she pulled it off like that, and it was classy, and,
But it kind of did, you know why? Because it stuck out.
Yeah.
What she put on, that's how you stick out and you actually make it work.
Yeah.
And for me, that outfit stuck out because it wasn't over the top like some girls were, but it was very understated, but it worked because again, it would be like a modern pinup version of a pinup girl. Mm-hmm. A modernization of a pinup girl, which I really liked. But on the opposite end of the spectrum, next up is Tia. Ooh, girl, no. No, no, no. She looks like Audrey getting ready for a date with Seymour in Little Shop of Horrors. Too much going on with that skirt. That skirt had layers, and it's like, no. A pinup girl is very simple. It's a very simple dress or a top with a very simple skirt with, and I didn't get the curlers in the hair. It looked so unfinished. And it was like, okay, I'm interested in seeing what the final product would have been after you took the curlers out of the hair. That's kind of what I was looking for, and I never got. But that skirt just threw me off everything. And I don't know, she just didn't seem as confident this round that she normally is. Normally, I've always seen Tia as almost there. Just a little bit more, almost there. This week she missed the mark by 100 miles for me. I gave her a D.
I think part of it may have been it was a last minute kind of switch for her because she said that someone had just brought the dress and she liked it and she wanted to do it. So maybe not do that again, girlfriend. But just go with what you originally planned and be confident in that because I did not like the curlers. I agree with that. I loved the color, though. I loved the color red.
I'll give you that one.
The red was really cool and gorgeous. I really did like her last picture, the one where she's up against the counter and she had a cigarette in her hand.
I didn't.
I loved it. I don't know why, but it was very. That was more pinup kind of back then for me than some of what other people did. I don't know. It just. I don't know why I liked it. I can't really explain, but I did. But I don't think that this was the best one for her. So. She does have immunity, right, for this? So
she does have immunity. So she's safe.
Whew. I probably would give her a C.
A C?
Yeah.
You're a very kind grader. You're very kind. Last, but certainly not least, Nikki Serenity definitely stepping up her game this round.
Yes,
it's like I've been
yes.
transported back to the World War II era, and she's a pinup in the barracks. The boob propellers that she had were an added plus here. She's definitely went for the home run. She definitely went for it this week, which I really enjoy. Second pick, she definitely a wartime picture. Definitely for the boys overseas. I'm loving. Oh my God! Did you see those shoes in that second pick?
Yes.
Her shoe game definitely on point. Those shoes were just great pick with those shoes. And the last picture, I thought she modernized the version of what she was going for. The salute was on point. She had her hip cocked out. She had the propellers on full display. I think the only thing that would have made that picture better is if her other hand, instead of adjusting her cap, would have been on that cocked out hip. Her, I believe it was her right hand. If her right hand would have been on that hip with that salute, boom, A+. So I had to mark off for that, but I still gave her a solid A, cause damn girl, if you're wanting to make your mark in this competition, you just did. You just did that, bitch. You just did that.
Hey, girl, hey, Nikki fucking Serenity.
Okay, I'm not that gay. I'm not that gay. But anyway.
I agree with everything you said, but I also notated I loved her hair. Absolutely loved it. I think that's what made almost everything better for me. I don't know, just the darkness of it, the sleek, I don't know. It was great. Loved it. And the propellers, of course.
Oh, the propellers.
Because what did Nana say? Boobs.
Ah, boobs.
Ah, boobs.
Ah, boobs. But, and again, that's another way to stick out and do it right.
Mm-hmm.
And so, I think Nikki Serenity wins this round for me. So we do have to select at least one girl we think's going home. Because, if Lolly's gone, and if we're only going to have one elimination, next
Jessica.
week? You think Jessica?
Yep.
Yeah, well, it would have to because Tia has immunity.
Yep.
I think I'm gonna agree with you. I'm gonna go with Jessica. I think Jessica's picture was the worst. Her shoot was definitely the worst out of everybody that's eligible for elimination anyway. I would say Tia is the worst out of everybody, but out of everybody that's eligible for elimination, I would go with Jessica. Just because.
Yeah. I don't know if I could choose a second one if I had to.
Right? Because the rest of them were so good.
I mean, I guess if I had to, I don't want to.
If I was forced to by gunpoint, I would say Nana.
By gunpoint.
But I think
you better have a. Never mind. Go ahead.
I would say Nana, but you know what though? I don't think Nana deserves elimination this week or next week. I think she did a really great job of coming back from last week. Even though I think we only got to see 2 pictures from Nana. Everybody else we got to see 3. I think we only saw 2 pictures. That's what I counted anyway.
I don't remember.
Because the first one she had, it looked like she was washing the car, although she didn't have any rags in her hand, but, she was laid over on the car. Mm-hmm. And then the second one is when she was scrunched up on the hood of that. Well, I mean, it wasn't even a full car, it was just a hood of probably a Chevrolet, I think.
Wasn't there one with her by a bench or something? Or was it a car?
I didn't see that one. Huh.
I don't know, we'll have to look at it again.
But here's the part that will keep us kind of cussing and guessing at the same time. Because after the shoot, we cut to Mackenzie with a last-ditch effort to court Jessica on her side by offering her a drag-off cigarette, and Jessica takes the drag. So I think this is kind of symbolism that Jessica took the bait. So I guess she finally found her Patsy?
All I wrote for that was, shake my damn head.
Yeah.
I was like, really? Like, I don't know.
But here's my question. Maybe it's not a question. Maybe it's just kind of like a theory.
Okay.
Jessica, though, is kind of like Mackenzie in the opposite spectrum. In the opposite end of the spectrum. She kind of fills that role of, you know what, she kind of needs a friend, and she thinks Tia just abandoned her. So she thinks she's alone in this competition. So, it would make sense that they kind of, join forces. But, I mean, Mackenzie's going to betray Jessica. We know that. I mean, that's not foreshadowing. That's a fact. We just know that.
I really think Jessica probably knows what she's doing and is just saying, yeah, I'll be your buddy.
So you think Jessica could be using Mackenzie?
Oh, yeah. I think that's what's going to happen.
That would be a plot twist.
Because she really didn't say anything. She just took the damn cigarette. I think she's leading Mackenzie to be like, okay, we'll be buddies. But I think she has something going on in that little head of hers.
You think she's got a different idea, a different plan?
Yeah. Because if you think about it, Mackenzie was joined at the hip with Chelsi from the very beginning when they were trying to get Jessica kicked off anyway. So if she friends Mackenzie, she may still have some sort of little grudge against Mackenzie as well, even though Mackenzie wasn't really a part of it. But
yeah.
I don't know. I think that there's something else going on there, and shit's gonna hit the fan eventually.
Shit's gonna hit the fan. And then during the credits, this Jeff Jefferson character continuing the Lolly situation from his trailer park, giving his account of the incident that Lolly, quote unquote, suffered. Then goes on to complain about getting up at 4 a.m, feeding the children cereal. Okay, so Lolly's dead. Let's go with that.
R.I.P.
R.I.P. Lolly. We don't really know what happened to her, but
you're the most confusing death I think I've ever witnessed. I didn't even witness it, but I don't know, girlfriend.
Not even Unsolved Mysteries could uncover this one.
Given the witnesses, no.
Yeah. Okay, so that's it. So, what's going to happen between Mackenzie and Jessica next week? Who's going home? Are we right? Is Jessica... Ooh, or Jessica could throw Mackenzie under the bus, be friends, and then throw her under the bus during the voting.
Yeah, I could see that happening.
Yeah, what will Nana blabber on next week?
I can't wait.
Nobody can wait, because, like, Nana is, like, definitely the comedic relief. Like, when shit gets too tense, we cut to Nana and whatever the hell she's doing.
Or smoking.
I love it. Yeah, or smoking. Or vaping at this, like this week. So, episode 6 will be uploaded tomorrow on alwayslatetv.com. So, look forward to that. And, we've hit the halfway point with us. Anyway,
yeah.
Episode 5. So I guess we've got a lot of questions to ask, or to answer anyway, for next week. Oh, and will Nikki continue on her role of just being like, you know what, I'm a badass, and y'all bitches better recognize.
Stay strong, girl. You got this.
Yes. Because, like I said, if she keeps going, if she keeps building that momentum, she could win. She could definitely win. All right. I guess that's it. So, until next week, for Erica, I'm Travis. This was Ambitiously Yours, and we'll see you next week.
Peace.